Hello, everyone. I'm Susan Huckle, and here's what's happening in LA this week. The city is breaking ground to make cleaner and greener sanitation a reality. Upgrades to the maintenance yard in Hollywood will more than modernize it. They will ensure that this facility serves the community for many years to come.
Today is going to be the groundbreaking of a future, hopefully platinum level maintenance yard that's going to be done for LA Sanitation. We're incorporating a bunch of brand new designs from the previous yards into this one. And we're excited to go ahead and update this facility to a modern, new century facility to service the community and take care of the environment.
Today we have the groundbreaking of a new sanitation yard, a conveyance yard. We have a lot of these facilities across the city, but we got to modernize them, make them, expand them, make them more amenable to the community. And so we did the groundbreaking today, and soon we're going to have a brand new conveyance yard here in the heart of Hollywood. The architecture will change completely. It'll be more welcoming, more part of the community. It's going to be powered by solar panels, so it's going to be almost platinum LEED certified, which is good for the environment and good for the neighborhood.
Sanitation as a whole is kind of out of sight, out of mind, but we want the community to understand what we accomplish every day and how we protect the environment daily.
Sanitation does so much work, from picking up our trash to managing our sewer lines. And so, as a city, we had to be modern, and so this is part of the reason we're upgrading this facility.
So being a representative of the Bureau of Contract Administration, we're here to make sure that the taxpayers get what they pay for in terms of the new building. We look at all the different items, such as the materials that are going into construction, as well as the workmanship, and make sure we test all the apparatus and functionality.
Well, the facility will be designed so it could be utilized by the community. We can have outreach events here, we can have community events here, and you'll see a very modernized facility which kind of matches the landscape of the community. It's an upgrade for this area.
I can't wait to turn it over back to sanitation after we're done building it for them.
Councilmember Eunices Hernandez brought a number of state and local organizations together under a new program. This outreach is helping to resolve a tough-to-get-to homeless encampment with rewarding results.
We're at Lacey Street Park here in Council District 1, where we're launching our Encampment Resolution Fund, where we're working to house 70 people along the 110 and the LA River from Dodger Stadium to Avenue 52. This is an area that's been very difficult for our service providers to access, to get people housing, and also a difficult area to break down encampments that have been built. We knew that if we were going to clear this up, we had to house people, because cleaning the buildings up isn't going to house people and is not going to get rid of the situation. So we knew that there was about 70 people that have been living on this stretch. That's why for us it was important, because we knew it's difficult to access their encampments, but also they want housing. So that's what we're here for.
We are the housing provider for all the clients that were staying here at Lacey Park. We were able to onboard 15 clients the first day of the move when they moved here, so they moved directly into one of our facilities.
They're fed, fully fed every day. They have their own rooms, they have their own bathrooms. It's a huge culture shock for them, I would imagine.
It makes me feel good that they didn't have to call the forces to force us out of here, or they see that we're human beings, we could communicate, we could talk to the thing, came up to us and talk to us like a human being, give them respect, and be shown that we could respond back the same way.
So Lacey Street had 27 people living here. It was inaccessible to a lot of people. Now, with this operation, we're able to make it available for community members. And we have a lot of apartment buildings in this area. And also, we have people with a lot of dogs. And we have the shelter next door. So now, with the refurbishments, people are going to be able to bring their pets and bring their families to enjoy the space. And that's also part of the work, is to restore what has been impacted in the city so that it can be accessible to everyone again. A lot of people experiencing homelessness have been met with empty promises. They've been on lists for years waiting for housing. We didn't want to do that, but the only way you do this work right is by doing it with love. And oftentimes, again, that takes a long time.
We are blessed that they came up to us like a responsible human beings, and ask us, hey, you guys want to change your life here? We say yes, and we're willing to change for our ways to be better so people can have this beautiful community. Thank you for helping us out.
LA City's fire department has a new chief. Jaime Moore was recommended by Mayor Bass and ratified by the LA City Council. His swearing in sees him continue a long career in public service, all with the Los Angeles Fire Department.
Our new fire chief has been on the job for just a few hours, and welcome.
What a way to start as fire chief. Mother Nature has a way of welcoming us.
Chief Moore nomination comes with a broad support, obviously from the mayor's office, but also, and perhaps most importantly, from the men and women of the Los Angeles Fire Department. Colleagues, I rise today to urge your support for Jaime Moore to serve as our next Los Angeles Fire Chief.
12 ayes. This matter is adopted forthwith, sir.
Excellent. Congratulations, Chief.
My name is Jaime Moore, and I'm a proud Angelino. I joined the Los Angeles City Fire Department in 1995 at the age of 25. For the past 3 decades, I've had the privilege of serving this city as a firefighter, as a captain, battalion chief, assistant chief, and deputy chief. My mission is straightforward: to strengthen our connection with the communities we serve, to enhance our preparedness, and continue to protect this great city we all call home.
You've been a good example for the best of what a public servant can be to their city, to their community, and to their neighborhoods.
I want to congratulate you and your family, because I know the tremendous sacrifice that's involved in being a member of this department. I want to thank them for making an even greater sacrifice in the role that you're about to embark upon now.
Thank you, council member. I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
Today's a wonderful day. Days following today might become a little bit more challenging. Just know that you need to offer your father, your husband, the support needed, because there's a lot of weight on his shoulders.
We need your leadership, and we are all counting on you to speak truth to power, to rebuild that trust, and to modernize a fire service that has been left dangerously behind the times. Chief, I know we have a lot of work to do, but I am incredibly proud to work with you, and I'm going to roll up my sleeves to help you in this department in every way that I can.
Los Angeles has given me everything: my career, my purpose, and as you see behind me, my family and friends. I love this city deeply, and I'm committed to ensuring that its fire department continues to make every Angelino proud.
Fire departments from across the country came to a seminar on new hazards in firefighting. The Los Angeles Fire Department shared the latest science on electric batteries and the tactics needed for fighting fires in cars and devices that are everywhere nowadays.
We're here at Frank Hodgkins Memorial Training Center. We're here for the lithium-ion battery and electric vehicle seminar. We have approximately, over the last 2 days, close to 600 members from 72 different fire departments across the nation come and join us for a very worthy lecture.
We're here to talk about EV batteries, lithium-ion batteries, and some of the hazards that come with them and how we can mitigate that in the fire service. UL brought in science-backed data that they've done throughout their testing of all the different types of battery packs, sizes, environments, and then my job is then to incorporate that and how we're going to take that data and that information and apply it to the real world to not only protect the citizens of Los Angeles, but also protect our firefighters to give them a lasting career in the fire service.
Lithium-ion batteries, electric vehicles, very dangerous, and we approach these with extreme caution because of the hazard with the inhalation, with the explosiveness, with the amount of water that we need to put these fires out, exposures. There's so much that we have to learn. And this is new to us. It's been around only for about 10 years. But the research is getting deeper and deeper. It's given us a better opportunity in the fire service to understand what we are dealing with.
The biggest takeaways, I think, for the fire service themselves is being cognizant of just how batteries are everywhere in all kinds of devices. So whether they're going to a structure fire or automobile fire, that they should be prepared and assume that there's battery involvement, and so they should protect themselves appropriately.
Likely when you run up to this car on the highway, if it's fully engulfed with flames, you're not going to be able to tell if it's an EV or not.
In the past, it was felt that if they went up to a car fire perhaps and they weren't directly in the smoke, maybe they wouldn't put on the respiratory equipment. So it's important for them to be in full PPE and protect themselves, and then decon afterwards.
Where is it located? Is it an open area? Is there exposures? Is it below grade? Is it above grade?
Those mega packs would be connected to a medium voltage transformer.
So over here they're doing the battery stations, but how they would kind of like what an electric version of a generator is, right? So it stores power in case of an outage or whatever. So the Tesla employees were just kind of going over different features of their battery backup systems, whether it be charged by solar or other means. And then we also got a chance to look at the Tesla truck and some of their solar system panels and all of that other material.
That glass will start to melt and start gumming up your saw.
At this time, the car is total, so don't even worry about it.
Just open it or release it.
For LAFD to offer something like this is invaluable because it's in our backyard. It's a place where we can actually access the training, where we can interact with people from other departments that are experiencing these things on a greater level than we may be. And it's also just a great event to get everybody together and get on the same page how to mitigate these emergencies.
There are constant inherent dangers in the fire service. We have to approach these incidents with caution, and the only way to approach these with caution is by educating ourselves.
The volunteer program for the 2028 Olympic Games is now open. Reduced fees at LA Animal Services adoption events. And Mayor Bass announces the first approvals under a standard plan pilot program. These stories up next on CityBeat.
The LA 28 Olympic and Paralympic Games has announced the launch of the LA 28 Volunteer Program with service opportunities throughout LA. According to LA 28, the initiative begins long before the opening ceremony to create a model for future host cities as well as a legacy for Los Angeles and the Games. Mayor Karen Bass said the Games would not be possible without volunteers who are key in shaping the experience of fans and athletes alike. Registration of interest for the LA 28 Volunteer Program is now open. For more information, visit la28.org. Anytime is a great time to adopt a new pet, and LA Animal Services is offering reduced adoption fees during their Adopt a Furry Friend weekend. Pets adopted from LA Animal Services join their new families already spayed, neutered, vaccinated, licensed, and microchipped. In addition, adopted canine companions could also be eligible for free dog training classes. Visit any of the 6 LA City shelters to meet the dogs, cats, rabbits, and pocket pets ready to join your family. For more information, go to laanimalservices.com/adopt. Mayor Karen Bass has announced the first approvals for single-family homes under the city's Standard Plan Pilot Program, which is designed to speed rebuilding in the Palisades. The Standard Plan Pilot Program provides a library of pre-approved, code-compliant single-family home designs, reducing permitting time. Around 1,200 rebuilding plans have been approved for projects in the Palisades, with over 1,000 permits issued. According to the mayor, the city remains focused on expediting the rebuilding of homes, businesses, and community spaces in the Palisades. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/press.
Experiencing native joy through art, dance, and song. Los Angeles has the largest number of Native and Indigenous peoples of any city in America. Councilmember Imelda Padilla led the city's celebrations for Native American Heritage Month.
I'm very excited to be leading this incredibly important presentation today
It's a profound honor to welcome all of our guests to Los Angeles City Hall as we come together to celebrate the rich and profound Native American heritage, culture, and presence here in Los Angeles.
For me, it's an honor to be able to sing an honor song for them, for Councilwoman Padilla. It's good for all of us to express who we are as a people. And we come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Indians are everywhere, everywhere.
Los Angeles is home to the largest Native population of any urban city in the United States, which is saying a lot. What inspires us are those people. We're such a great mix of Indigenous people in LA County, and we really want to come together and have a space to not only care for one another, but to rest and experience Native joy.
This gives the city an opportunity to recognize us and our community, those that are doing really good work in the community to uplift one another.
It was awesome to be able to share what's in my head, what was given to me by my father and his father and so on. That's how we pass our culture along, orally from generation to generation.
Without further ado, we are going to get the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Showing different Native artists in the bridge is beautiful because Native people are known to be artistry. Every tribe, my tribe is beadwork. There's a lot that we have to offer, and today showcases contemporary art, utilizing traditional practices, and I think that's very important for people to see.
And as you stroll and look around, take some time with each of the pieces. You'll see different tribes represented. You'll see Cherokee, Quinault, Yurok. It's just amazing. Choctaw, Tongva, Tataviem. I want you to just look and realize this is your community. We're all here.
My mother was Creek. My father Choctaw and Irish. My father was killed in World War II. My mother couldn't get a job when she was growing up. It wasn't very fashionable to be Indian then. I cannot tell you the joy it gives my spirit to be accepted and to be included in today's world. But I've always carried the understanding of my mother having to tell people she was Italian to get a job. For heaven's sakes, we've come a long way.
We didn't die off. A lot of non-Indians think that we were killed off or that we live on reservations only, but we blend in. Not just Native, but Indigenous, because people from south of the border, they're also Native.
These are our traditional lands. We're still here. We still have our language, our culture, storytelling, songs, and we're not going anywhere.
Continuing Native American Heritage Month celebrations, the Los Angeles Public Library is making sure that Native American stories endure. At an afternoon with Tongva artists, Indigenous stories of resilience were uplifted, emphasizing their place in today's LA.
So today we're gathering to celebrate Tongva culture. So it's part of our LA Made series, which strives to celebrate the rich cultures in Los Angeles and really expose our patrons to cultures that they may not otherwise have had that exposure to.
I think what people need to remember is that LA had an Indigenous population and continues to have an Indigenous population here. And so understanding where you are, where the people here, who they are, I think that's really important. And so knowing who the Tongva artists are and the stories that they're telling through their art, showing our presence here is really important.
For a long time, the story of the Tongva people has been stated that we're no longer here and we've been wiped out. And that only a few hundred years ago that these mission systems have come and eradicated us, but that's completely false and untrue. So it's important for me and for our community to recognize our ancestors and the strife that they've endured and to show that we're still here.
I think this was a great event for our community, and to be here on the homelands of our Tongva people, we get to share space with people who just want to learn more. I'm very grateful for the library for putting on this event.
As part of Native American Heritage Month, it's important to explore the diversity within our city and really celebrate that and learn about the history and where these different cultures come from and how we can share the stories to continue and make sure that they're here much longer than we are.
In this week's feature story, our Maria Hall Brown sits down with Councilmember Adrin Nazarian, one of the city's newest council members. It's even harder to reach people now, but after almost a year in office, Nazarian knows the work he has to do to make an impact.
I'm delighted to be joined today by Councilmember Adrin Nazarian from Council District 2. So nice to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me as well.
There are a lot of immigration issues taking place in our world at large, but from your vantage point, how are you helping those in your community that have fear, concern, that maybe something is a little precarious right now?
A lot more people are uncomfortable, don't want to expose themselves or make themselves vulnerable, and so they stay home or they don't engage as much. So it's up to us to make sure that we go to them. Mm-hmm. So given, unfortunately, what's going on with our federal government, it's up to the state and local levels of government to make sure that we're providing that sense of support and that sense of hope and security.
What are some of the specifics that people can rely on your office for?
So specifically, what we've been doing is running programs of Know Your Rights. We've been doing it through Zoom meetings so that we allow folks to do it from the comfort of the space that they're in. We have a Government at Your Doorstep program. We have a Government at Your Doorstep flyer in 3 different languages to make sure that everyone can feel connected to the office and call the office in order to get the resource and the support that they need. We run multiple different types of primarily educational programs to let folks know about the resources available to them, to know about legal guidance if they need it, to know about support for if they're falling short on funds or food or any other insecurities that are born out of the current circumstance, and pair them up with either nonprofit organizations that provide the support or see what we can do to fill in the gaps.
Okay, there's also something interesting happening, which I wasn't even aware of. Corporate home consolidation. What is that exactly?
So this gets into a topic I care about quite a bit, right, because it has to do with what's going to continue making our housing inaffordable. Los Angeles started to not build enough housing. We're building maybe about a third of the units that we used to build many years ago, 30 years ago. Now, you compare that to the population growth, that's continuing to go on a increasing trajectory. Well, what happens when you do that? When you have population growing and you have number of housing declining, you're going to have an imbalance. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have enough supply of housing, and it's going to skyrocket the prices of housing, and that's what's been happening.
Absolutely.
So when you have that situation developing and you have billions of dollars waiting on the sideline to buy up single-family properties, it's just creating a lot of pressure on the individual housing prices to go up, which then impacts middle class, because now a lot of folks are left without the opportunity of buying homes. Mm-hmm. Once families are not able to buy a home, they're not developing equity for their future generations. So this then becomes a cycle that's going to continue on for decades to come.
Can you restrict who purchases a property or not based on whether it's an individual or a corporation?
This is an issue that I've taken on very seriously. It was the first measure that I introduced to figure out a way of curbing the ability of corporate takeover of single-family properties. The goal was to make sure that we're keeping single-family properties in the hands of individuals, mm-hmm, so that they can be able to build and develop equity for their families and for future generations.
There's nothing more important than getting outside, breathing fresh air, and having a great time. I know that you've put in a lot of investiture in upgrading parks. What are some of the fun things people can look forward to in their neighborhoods?
We've already opened 2 different parks in the area to make sure that there's a lot of activity going on. We're turning small patches into pocket parks so that it's a place for folks to be able to congregate. And my goal is to make sure that we're making parks as utilized as possible.
I hear a lot of hope and promise in everything that you've been saying. What do you love best about being a council member right now?
Being able to make an impact. That's the goal of this. You want to make an impact. You want to make things, obviously you want to make things better off than when you took the role.
In this week's Things to Do, step up for the Hollywood Christmas Parade, turn the page on a library book sale, and enjoy the ongoing exhibits at LA's Municipal Art Gallery. All this up next on Things to Do.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and on Sunday, November 30th, it's the Hollywood Christmas Parade in association with the City of LA. Now in its 93rd year, the parade that kicks off the holiday season will feature actor Luke Wilson as the Grand Marshal. Enjoy floats and balloons, marching bands, hip-hop acts, and music performances. See the celebrity guests along with local elected leaders and sportscaster Jim Hill. This annual holiday event supports Marine Toys for Tots. The Hollywood Christmas Parade takes place on Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. For more details, visit thehollywoodchristmasparade.org. Join the Lakeview Terrace Branch Library for their book sale happening on Saturday, November 29th at 12 p.m. From captivating fiction to delightful children's books, this book sale is a chance to add to your collection or to pick up a treasured book as a gift. The varied selection of titles is sure to have something for every age and interest. Every purchase directly contributes to the Lakeview Terrace Branch Library, helping to fund essential programs, engaging events, and resources that benefit the community. Head to the Lakeview Terrace Branch Library for their book sale on Saturday, November 29th at 12 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. LA City's Department of Cultural Affairs invites you to the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery, also known as La MAG. From November 1st, the gallery is hosting 2 ongoing exhibitions. Experience Too Fast to Sing, which embodies the restless motion of contemporary music through a fusion of cultures and digital influences. La MAG also presents John Bertle, More is More. It's the first solo institutional exhibition of John Bertle, and it combines drawings, sculptures, and puzzles in a colorful exploration of pattern and connections. Head to the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery for 2 ongoing exhibitions, Too Fast to Sing and John Bertle, More is More. Both run until January 24th, 2026. For more, visit lamag.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Susan Huckle, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.